And brothers, we're gonna talk about this divorcee. And Kendra G is gonna have to tell her some things too. So I'm gonna help out Kendra G while she's talking to this light skin looking like I don't know one of the what's the I forgot the rapper's name. She looked like a damn tomboy or whatever. Let's get to it.
Sure.
Kim, where you calling me from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. How old are you, love?
I'm 40.
40. What you do for a living?
I'm a logistics manager.
Logistics manager. You have any children?
I have 3 children. They're grown.
How old are your grown children?
23, 22, and 18.
All by the same man?
What was the question?
All by the same man?
Yes. I married my high school sweetheart, divorced 14 years ago, and I've been divorcee since.
Okay, got you. Kim, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer. So we got Kim in Detroit.
Brothers, I'm gonna just say this. I don't. I know that there's people that still want to get married. I don't advise you brothers to get married at this point. These women are filing for divorce. Now I don't know why she filed for divorce, but I bet you it ain't even cheating. I bet you it's not the fact that this man. I don't even believe that he probably slept with somebody else. Maybe he did, but I seriously doubt it. These women are filing for divorce because they are bored. Women don't like to do the same thing every single day. So, brothers, I don't advise you to sign that contract. You can get married, go and jump over a stick in the forest and say that you are my wife, but don't sign the contract. Let's continue.
Detroit, Michigan, mom of 3 grown kids by her ex-husband. She's a logistics manager. Let's do it in Detroit. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A grown man, a man that has a good relationship with God, his mom, and if he has kids, a very healthy relationship with his children, a father, maybe a mentor in the community.
Okay. Do you have what are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers would be someone who doesn't know what they want out of life. Someone with no ambition, just too comfortable. Someone who's not well learned. It's not about a degree, but you can have book smarts, or you can seek knowledge basically. And maybe older men that dress like they're in their 20s is a deal breaker to me too.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, but I'm not vain, but I do want to, be happy with who I roll over with the next morning. But no, attractive.
You know what? I just thought about it. She looks like young M.A. That's exactly who she looks like. Young M.A. Is this the way to come at, like, if she's looking for a man, right? Is this the way to present yourself? Again, she looks like young M.A. Let's continue. I'm going in today. Maybe that's her presentation. Don't worry about it. I got you. Because the comment section will be seen on my YouTube page too. 2025. Let's continue.
Confident in who he is. Well put together, kind of definitely well groomed. And I like a nice scent. So.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
He should at least make as much as me, or have the earning potential to do so. And the reason why for that is because men are oftentimes intimidated by women who are providers.
Brothers, no man is intimidated by a woman that makes all this money. And she said because she's a provider. So now, what does the word intimidate mean? The word intimidate basically is scared. So basically, I would be scared of her because she looked like young M.A., but nobody is scared of you because you make all this money. I'm not scared because you make all this money. I might be scared of you on the street because you look like young MA.
And
Go ahead, my
yeah, so
brother.
she dressed, and this is the problem with women. They be like, oh, this is how. No, putting effort on looking right. You're asking for an activist. You're asking for a humanitarian, an educated man, all this stuff. But you look like a stud. Like you don't even look like you represent something like that. You look like you represent the LGBT community. You look like one of those lesbians that was for the black BML. That's what she looks like. That's what the first thing that came to my mind. One thing, you have home court advantage. If you can't take the effort to look like a lady, then don't be asking for things you don't compliment. What can you imagine a woman that dresses like this next to a man like that?
Right.
This should look crazy.
Can't make this up, brothers. Let's continue.
Or who make more money than them.
So what is that amount he needs to make?
I make 85 a year. I have the earning potential of 150, meaning I have multiple streams of income. So other facets of not employment, but other streams of income. So at least 50,000 with the potential to make more.
Okay. So you're not asking. So unless you want her to make at least 85K, that's what you make.
That's what I make. Yeah. And I would like a man to be able to match me so that he doesn't feel insecure with me being, more of a provider, so to speak. But even if he isn't currently making 80K, he has the potential, the earning potential, and not a hustle, but the mindset to own businesses and,
Brothers, the average man in America makes between 48 to 52,000 a year in America. I'm talking about American men. I'm not putting race into it. And I'm sure that she wants a black man. So let's go ahead and she's already, how could I put it? Basically, brothers, she's looking for a small pool of men. The average black man does it. Matter of fact, I think it's maybe 1% to 2% of black men that make over 100K a year. And I'm sure she's going to probably add more stuff. She probably wants some tall. She probably wants chocolate. She probably wants all these things. The average black woman wants this. The average woman in America wants the same thing that every other woman. But Kendra G is going to let her know all this. But let's go ahead and continue because I'm going to, piggyback a little bit off of what Kendra G is saying. Let's continue.
To grow financially.
Got you. Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Let me know when you can see my feet.
We don't gotta see your feet. We just gotta see your legs.
Can you see my legs?
I can see you.
Brother, she's a little bit, she's big. She might need to lose a little bit of weight. Somebody's going to tell her that, but I'm just letting you know, brothers. What is she going to... Again, now she looks like a fat young MA or an old MA. Come on. Yes, I'm throwing jokes. I'm clowning. She needs to lose weight. Black men and women. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this last thing, brothers. Black men and women are number one when it comes to obesity. We are number one. Y'all better leave that soul food alone. Go ahead, Real. You got it, bro. I guess the phone must have went out. We'll let him get back to it. Let's go ahead and continue. He's probably going to get back once his phone is good. Let's go ahead and continue.
Okay.
I was talking about this not so long ago with another woman. I have a lot of women who do above average. I think average is like in America 50 or 60,000, but most of the women that come on my show do make more than that. And what happens is sometimes you just price yourself out because there could be a man that can afford you, but does he want to date you back? And then if there's a man that makes less, I know men don't like this. Men aren't intimidated. I do think there are some men who I can agree with you in that standard that sometimes feel away, but I also wonder, is there, what is it making him feel that way? Like, is the woman putting it in his face that she makes so much more, or whatever the case may be? But finances is the
So
number one issue right now when it comes to dating. I think if I was on television, they said, out of all the people you talk to, what's the number one issue with people getting in relationships? And it's money. Because now money is being considered and people block people out based off of money. So I really think money is, outside of that, and then children, those two might be tied, but money and children are the number one blockers when it comes to people getting into relationships, Sean.
All right, so Kendra, it's usually the women that usually come on your show that are talking about money. It's not the men. There are a few men that have came on your show and said something about money. The majority of your guests are women, and the majority of your guests are saying two things that they're saying. Most of them, the women that come on your show, for some reason, are making over 100K. You've been doing your show for 4 years, and then on top of that, they always want a man to match them, or they have to make more. I don't know what type of job they got where they make it 100K. This woman says she has the potential to make over 150K, but she only makes 85K. Come on now, it ain't making any sense. But let's continue. Get on this woman.
Sean.
Well, and I'll say this, right? I'm 40 years old. So as I've matured, I've evolved. And so when I was younger, I was more like, yeah, I'll work with a dude, but it hasn't worked out. And when I say intimidated, it's because I'm going to, if you say that you want that, if you lying to kick it, I'm gonna find out. But if you're saying that you want that and you're not there, I'm gonna do my best to help motivate you. I'm gonna provide you with resources. I'm gonna come to the table and say, hey, let's start a truck driving school, or let's start a tow company or something like that. And person can only pretend to be what they say they want to be for so long. So often.
Go ahead, my brother.
So this is the problem right here. So this is like the what women don't understand. If you say that you're the type, is the video? Oh, if you say you're the type of person that supports your man in that manner, I'm gonna have to come back. I'm leaving, come back because the video keeps stopping and replaying. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. All right, brothers, we're gonna go ahead and continue.
Oftentimes, what happens is they be lying to kick it, and they say, "Yeah, I want this too, and I want that too." But then when I come to the table and I say, "Okay, well, hey, let's get a business plan going," or something like that, they just never follow through with it. So now at 40.
Okay, Real, go ahead. If you good, go ahead, bro. It's paused.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if a man said he's on something, break down what that looks like. Don't just, because a lot of this is you have surface-based conversations about goals, but if you're just having a surface base, a woman's just gonna say, even if she sees inconsistency, she's gonna keep. But you told me to get on you. But you told me to do this. This is what you wanted me to do. No, ma'am. If you see inconsistencies, you gotta ask yourself this. It's still restarting and started. I don't know why it's doing it. It might be my phone. Or maybe it's just me. But
yeah, it's your phone.
Break down what it is that, on how the levels of it. Just break it down. Break it down with him, because when you start trying to charge up your help, what you call it, he's going to get pissed off because you don't know what level he's on. You don't know what stage he's on. So this is why I said vetting is the proper way of getting to know somebody, because when you're trying to get to know someone can tell you they have a lot of goals, but you don't know if they're inspired to do it tomorrow, or they need time to do it, or if it's psychological, or if it's physical. So you need to break down the conversation about what type of guy you're talking to. You have to do that, because if you think that just by pushing them every day, no, you're gonna make them upset. And I'm not justifying it. I would tell a woman that if he's leading with all these things that he has in mind, and you're the type of person that's already on that train, and you're seeing inconsistencies, I think you should have one more conversation about it before you make a decision to leave him alone. Because
Right.
like I said, people talk about goals every day. And if you already on the fast track and you give a guy saying, well, I plan on doing things, and well, it's a matter of time in your head. You're gonna tell yourself, well, he needs to get on it tomorrow because you're already a go-getter. He's not on that time. He hasn't got on that train yet. He's right there watching the train pass. So that's where people mess up. Yeah, you gotta have a real deep conversation. Is it a psychological problem for why you haven't even started? Is it something that's holding you back? Don't make a statement like that and then jump on his ass as soon as you don't see him doing the things you expect him to do. That's it.
Right. Can't make this up, brothers. Let's go ahead and continue.
It's more so who's on the same playing field as me or who's of the same mindset. And actions speak louder than words.
So let me be clear. Everything you're saying, of course, there's men like that, right? There's men that are doing well financially, that are on the same mindset plane as you. But then the question comes, are those men trying to date you, right? So then it comes down to that man that does exist, that's on your mindset. Is he trying to court you? And then that becomes the issue because men don't always, I don't think men want dumb women. So I won't say that. They say they don't care about a woman's job and money, but I don't think men who are going places want a smart woman. Like they don't want no Dumbo. But they have other things that matter to them too when they make a certain amount of money. And I think that's the part sometimes women forget. They just think that, oh, I make 80K, 85K. He make 85K, so I make what you make, so let's close this deal. Whereas the 85K man might have a list of other things that are important to him when he goes to seek his woman. So then you have the men that may be trying to give you their energy, right? Give you their time, might not be at the financial level that you desire. And then I guess from what you're telling us, I'm only going off of what you say, they come across, I guess they've been intimidated, by how hard you work and what you put together. But that's the man that's trying to court you. So that's why I say sometimes it can be priced out unless y'all really gonna do more. Here's the deal. If y'all really want that man, y'all gotta learn that man, and he then becomes the prize because unfortunately that's the man y'all say y'all want, and there's a lot of y'all, like 20,000 of y'all.
I hope that y'all heard what Kendra G said. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that every single man is the prize, but most of these women that come on this show, they're not the prize. You don't see that many men that come on this show. So, with that being said, brothers, you know what? Let me go ahead and let this continue. Let's go ahead and continue. Because she's really making a fool of herself and she don't even realize it. Thank you, Kendra.
So
I don't think 85K is a lot. And I'm going to say it like this.
Why do women believe that 85K is not a lot? And I forgot where she was from. Oh, she's from Detroit. Detroit, Michigan. The cost of it looks like trash in Detroit. If you've ever been to Detroit, it looks like hot garbage. So the cost of living is not that high in Detroit. So I don't even know why she's saying that 85K is not a lot. Who is telling these people that?
There's not a lot of people that live above their means. I can guarantee she don't got nothing paid off. I can guarantee she's still paying off everything. That she still buys a lot of expensive stuff. I can guarantee that. So to a person that's struggling to finance themselves, it's not going to seem like a lot. And it's normally people that don't have nothing in their name.
Right.
When you're financially literate and you can actually buy things and you know about credit and all these other things that pay off stuff that have shit in your name, you're going to look at money different. It's usually poor-minded people that look at money a certain way where they just need to hear a large number. But if you don't know how to finance yourself, all these women that make all this money, they don't got shit in their name that they can say, I could take this wherever I go. Even when you talk to women that talk about flipping houses, they're flipping houses to pay off the house. They're not flipping a house they own. They're flipping the house and getting it paid off. And then after about 5 to 10 years, or 5 years, let's say 5 years, then they start making money. But I can tell you on a personal level why these women believe that. If you start listening to, if you start going through their finances, they don't own shit. But let's continue.
Again, brother, we don't make. You know, if she lived in California, Hawaii, Washington State.
Hold on, real quick. I
Oh,
am so sorry.
oh, go
It
ahead. Go ahead.
sounds stupid that when you individualize people, because the world statistically everything is generalized. That's how we come to conclusions with humans and how people operate. So generalizing is actually the smart way of looking at the world. Individualizing is actually the dumb way. So you look stupid when y'all say, "Oh, you're generalizing like it's a bad thing." That's what intelligent people do to assess the world. This is how people manage the world. Generalizing is normal because y'all think y'all experience separation from the next person. It doesn't. Only y'all think that. The world operates on generalizing. You go talk to anybody that knows anything about numbers, statistics, studies, how people operate, they're going to generalize it. They're not going to talk about each person to make you feel some type of way. That's not how adults do it. But let's continue.
Right, brothers. I would give her the benefit of the doubt if she lived in California, Hawaii, Washington State, New York, maybe even Miami, Florida. She lives in Detroit, brothers. 85K. But let's go ahead and continue.
What I'm looking for in terms of in the next 5 years, I'm looking to be grossing at least 250,000 a year. So for me, 85 is humble, and I understand the economy that we're working or that that we're in, but we gotta the cost of living and stuff that went up like 80. I'm not boastful about my pay rate. That's why I also add in there that I have the earning potential of about 100 to 120,000 because I have other streams of income and ways to generate additional money or whatever. I would prefer someone that can match what I'm already bringing to the table. Men want the same thing. And I'm hoping that if I experience that.
What do you mean men want the same thing?
Men want the same thing. Like you just said, men that have an earning potential of 8.
Untrue. Most men are providers. That's in our DNA. Now, I'm not saying that all men are. I'm not saying that. But is this in our DNA to want to provide for our women? And if we're just going to just talk about the show, because this is all I'm going to talk about is the show, most of the heterosexual men that come on this show are not even saying, well, she got to match me. Most of them are saying that they not really worried about the woman's income. Why do you think they say that? Because they already know, even if both of the parties are making 100K, do you really think that the woman is going to put in half to pay for these bills? Most women, and I'm just going to give some of you women the benefit of the doubt. Some of you are only putting in 20% of the relationship when it comes to finances. Y'all are not even putting in 50%. So I don't know why y'all women want men to match. Y'all actually saving y'all money while the man is over here putting in all his money towards the bills. So I don't know what y'all women talking about this match. He got to match me. For what? Let's continue.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, my brother.
You're absolutely right, and you need to go do your research. Go look it up. The reason, look how they think. These women think you're not going to find a man that's tailored on that level of income. And I don't really. This is why I don't even take women serious that even have money, because they don't own nothing. They just think they just want to be able to say I can spend money. That don't mean nothing to someone that actually knows how to build and have something for a future,
right.
Future investments. They don't own anything. I can guarantee she don't own anything. When people, I'm gonna repeat this. When people look at numbers like 85K, so that's not a big number. It's because they live above their means and they're barely making ends meet. Even though they're making that amount of money, they still live in paycheck to paycheck. Go look this up. I know this. I work in the numbers department. I know how this works. Secondly, she believes that this is what men want because she probably got that from TV or another woman. She never got that from a man. She never got it from her father. She never got it from her mother. She never got it from her brother. She never got it from her uncle. She got it from women, other women that act butch like her. But that is all.
And brothers, this thing, listen, he's absolutely correct about people living above their means. Brothers, I make over 100, a little bit over 100K. Guess what? I have two cars. One is a 93 Honda Accord. The other one is a '04 Acura. I'm not going to buy no new car. I just don't want to be, I just don't want to have to be, I don't want to put myself in a bind. I probably will, I probably won't, but I just don't want to have to pay nobody else. So what this brother said is absolutely correct. Most of us, especially black men and women, are living above their means. Let's continue.
Of 85,000 to 100,000 a year, they oftentimes want a woman that can match that earning potential.
That's
and
not
they
true.
say, even if
That's not true. That's not true.
they say even if she doesn't currently make it, that she has the motivation or that she wants that for herself. I'm saying thing. If even if he doesn't, I said even if he doesn't make 85,000 a year, he makes 50,000 a year. I'm fine with that as long as he still has that motivation to earn more. Because even though I make 80 to 85,000 a year, I still want to be able to make more. And it's not about greed or materialistic things. There's stuff that I'm trying to do within my community and for my family, and in order for me to do so, I need to make more money. So it's not vanity. I mean, it's just a matter of wanting a different lifestyle for yourself.
Right. So let me jump in. So first of all, I understand your logic of what you desire to do, and you are a woman with ambition. So I understand all that. Where I disagree is where you said that a man that makes that financial requirement also is looking for a woman that makes that financial requirement. As I've been sitting here for 5 years, that's actually not what I hear. Usually when a man makes $250,000, he's kind of in the mindset he's paying for everything. So he's not really caring too much about the woman's income. It's more so, what woman do I want to pay for everything for? And because
Bam. Listen, Kendra's saying it, and again, I'm only speaking on what she's seen on this show. Kendra G has been doing this show for almost 5 years. So this is her data pertaining to the show. And the men that she has spoken to on this show. Go ahead, my brother.
They don't comprehend that. No one generalizes black women to make a point. We're going based off what Kendra said. If you want to panels more often, you would know how we evaluate these things, because she can assess it. She's been doing this for 4 to 5 years, so she can make a statistical conclusion to what goes on her show. And we already know that when it comes to anything financially, if men are lacking it, women are lacking it more. Most women don't have, and like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this. If you don't think 85K a year is a lot, it's because you live above your means. You don't know nothing about credit. You don't know nothing about any other investments. You don't know nothing about money. I don't know why people that are less educated, that just can Google stuff on the point, think they know more than somebody that actually went to school, that actually works in the market, and they just don't like what they're hearing when it comes to the truth, when it comes to women. And more doesn't mean better, though, Mugga, because they're more in debt when it comes to taking. They're not keeping these homes, so it doesn't matter if women are getting home. They're not keeping them. They're not owning these homes. But let's continue.
To the young lady that's in the comments that said that doesn't make her an expert, you're absolutely incorrect. That does make her an expert for her show. The only data that she's done is for her show. We're not talking about the whole United States. Her show. That's the data that she's talking about.
I can make an assessment about my room based on like what goes on my panel. Like, it's not hard. Delusional black women that don't understand life versus sane men that try to correct them every day. That's the assessment I got in the 2 years of doing my panel so far.
But, and again, I'm going to say this to you one more time. The data that she's using is from her show. That's it. Not the world, not the United States. Her show only. But let's continue.
Because I make 250K and I'm going to pay for everything. These are the things that matter to me. And what I hear a lot of times, they sometimes want fit women. Sometimes they're looking for women that don't have as many kids. Sometimes they go younger. Now again, this is not a one size fit all. So this doesn't
Right.
apply to every man that makes that. But what it always comes down to is, like I said a second ago, that man exists. The question is he trying to court you back? And if he's not trying to court you back, do you give the men who are trying to court you your time a day? Because it's not about, I understand what you're saying. It's you, 85K is not a lot of money. That's not the equation here, ladies and gentlemen. The equation that to solve the problem is, does he want to date you back?
Well, I mean, I've dated guys that match my income level or my required earning potential.
It's funny. All these women have dated these guys that either match their income level or is more. But for some reason, it's never successful with them. Why is that? And I know she's going to answer why none of these guys have made it past the dating scene. But all these women have dated, and I'm just talking about the show, all these women have dated these guys that make all this money. Why is it that you can't keep these guys? Why can't you lock them down is the real question. But let's see how this goes. Let's see what she said, because again, she's dated all these guys. Let's see why she can't lock them down.
Potential. And I've dated guys that make less than me. I don't discriminate. It's just I know what I want. And like I said, even if you don't make the same amount of money as me, all in all, you have to possess the skills and the willingness to be a provider, because at the end of the day, I want to be paired with a provider. Although I am a provider, naturally I'm a woman. So there's more to me than just going out and bringing home the bacon. I know how to cook that bacon, keep a home clean, and the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the role of being a wife. So yes, I want you to be confident in our relationship as a man and knowing that you're the one that's holding it down. Like I said, I've tried it before with not making much and thinking they want to do more, and then they always feel like the relationship's imbalance. And so it's not really because I look down on or don't want to experience love with somebody who doesn't earn a lot of money. It's just that's just how it ends up being, So I'd rather avoid that and be with somebody who I'm more equally yoked with.
Gotcha. I understand. I told you earlier I understood the logic. With the men that you said that dated in the price range that you prefer, that was better, was it a relationship or was it dating?
We've dated. There's some men I've dated, and some men, they communicated that they had feelings for me, but it wasn't mutual.
The ones so there were some men that had their salary requirement, but you just didn't like them back.
Well, I won't say like them. It just the compatibility wasn't there.
Did y'all date though, or was just you said they
we did?
Communicated?
No,
Okay.
no, I dated. There was two guys particularly who I dated, or specifically I should say that I dated, and it went a couple of months, maybe 4 or 5 months or whatever. But I don't play with people's feelings, right? And so the connection for me wasn't there. It wasn't as strong. So, So even though those men you felt y'all were equal in the salary department, you didn't like them. In terms of man and woman, where we were, what we know, what we want out of life, and our core family values, yes. But in terms of that spark, that chemistry, that, oh, I'm so happy to see you. No, because no. So I'm not going to go. I don't want them to see this and then feel a certain type of way. But, they're good people or whatever, but they will be more or better compatible with someone else.
Gotcha. Okay. You got.
You know what? You know what's crazy? So she's dated a lot. Then she said 2. So she had it, but they weren't compatible. And I'm talking about the men that matched her financially. See, brothers. The
And
problem
she
is,
just said, "Oh,
oh,
my
I'm
fault."
gonna just say this, brothers. The problem is this. She probably didn't know what these men wanted, which is what happened with most women. They're all gonna put out what exactly they want from a man, but they don't. But when it comes to what the man wants, they have no clue because they are selfish. They only think about themselves. I don't make these things up. Go ahead, my brother.
And another thing, she just said all the things that comes to vetting was compatible. But when it came to superficial things like charisma, it literally says when you're looking up vetting, getting to know somebody outside of superficial, and they literally use charisma, looks, sexual arousal as superficial reasoning for getting to know a person. So she basically said, "Oh, we had family values, core values, all these things that matter that was going to make the relationship last, but we just didn't have I just didn't have this spark, and we never know what the spark is." It's not like you said. That just goes to show the real compatibility is the character. It's not whether y'all both like the same music, same restaurant, same music. No one gives a fuck about that shit but women. Y'all life will be miserable if the nigga you talk to doesn't like doing similar shit to you. Y'all will be miserable because y'all think it's the end of the fucking world, and
Facts.
that's why y'all can't keep a man.
Preach.
That's why you can't keep. She
It
just
really does.
literally pointed out all the things that needs to keep a relationship together, and the spark is what she was missing. And I already told you this, Slim. Let these lonely, sad women die alone. I don't give a fuck. They need to die off. So when my kids grow up, I don't want them to be at an ice cream store growing up to be dating anybody birthed after these miserable women that have these kids. And I think her kids shouldn't be able to date either because they got a mother like this.
Right.
That's how I feel. These are a stain in society. These people that think like this. But let's continue.
Can't make this up, brothers. Let's continue.
You got some paid questions, girl. So let me get to these paid questions.
Okay.
Let me start with. We said this earlier, and I saw this question. Evie Ray said, "Men are never intimidated by a woman's money. Please stop saying that, especially with bringing 3 kids."
Okay, so my kids are grown. They're raised. My daughter's a chemical engineer. My son's in college now, studying psychology, and my middle child is a family man. In terms of them feeling insecure, it has nothing to do with, I'm gonna say it like this. It's not just about me making more money. It's about their role. So if a man feels as though he can't measure up because he gave false intentions or he wasn't completely honest, then that's where they become intimidated. Like, I can't do this, you know?
What? That's her term of intimidation? And since she used the word insecure first, but oh my goodness. I don't know. You know what? I don't know if it's the music. I don't know what is going on. But you know what, man? I don't even want to even fight. If women really believe that men are intimidated because the amount of money that they're making, and she explained it, but still it don't make any sense. Nah, B. Nobody's intimidated by the amount of scratch paper, Skrilla, aka money, moolah, dinero. We're not intimidated.
And society has tricked women in believing money means value because this is a man-made society. So anything that we think is part of society. Y'all can't come to no conclusion. Anything that y'all doing is because of men. The reason why you feel valuable with the type of careers people have nowadays is because of men. It's a patriarchy society. So that is value. It's not made you think. Society is a man-made society. So it is value for a man to have his finances in order. I don't know what people y'all talk to. It can't be other men. Money is part of the value system in society, a man-made society. So that does matter. Y'all think zodiac signs matter. Y'all think zodiac signs and favorite foods matter. And y'all talking about money don't matter. What the hell y'all think zodiac signs and accents give a man value? The hell?
Marco, don't come up here. Don't come up here trying to fight. Don't come up here trying to fight.
I'm not coming. I'm coming up here to correct the person who can't read. So society has tricked men into thinking that their money makes them valuable. I didn't say anything about money not being valuable. I never said it meant nothing or any of that. I said, no, you need other attributes. You didn't read that comment under it? Okay, so yeah, society could say, oh, yeah, money makes you valuable. I never said money wasn't valuable. So that was irrelevant.
All right. So is that it? I should have locked the box because this should have just been Men Day. But let's go ahead and continue.
No,
Okay. Your light went out.
my
Like,
bad.
yeah, like
I got you.
Albert C said, ma'am, you got kids. They taking all your money.
Like I said, my daughter's a chemical engineer. So my son's a family man, and my youngest is in college, and their father takes care of them 50-50. So no, it's not the case.
Let me go to side.
My children actually ask me not to spend money on them because they're grown and can take care of themselves. I raise them to be very independent and financially self-sufficient.
Okay. Let's go this one. So you are telling Mr. 40 hours to work harder.
Yeah, I do. Match my energy. Unless you want roles reversed. Unless I'm going to come home to a clean home and food cooked, because I'm putting in 60, sometimes 70. But
So
but do that. But let me say this.
Never gonna be okay. So
Let me say this. Put in the extra time for yourself.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you respond, but think about it this: if you're working 70 hours a week and he's working 70 hours a week, when the hell do y'all see each other?
This is okay. So when you pushing yourself like this, as you know, Kendra, right? It's a cycle thing. You manage your time. So when you're going hard, right? Together. But when it's
Brothers, I'm sure that she wants an older man. I would assume that. Why would a man need to be working that hard just to be with you? Why? At the age, by 50, we should be winding down to retirement status. We should be relaxing. Why are you even working that hard? Why? For what? Come on, man. This is crazy. You want this man to kill himself. I mean, most women already stressing men out already because of their mouth and their attitude. And then we already got to deal with home? We got to deal with work too. And you want this man to push 60 hours. You want this man to kill himself just to be with you. It ain't that serious, so-called black man. No. The older you get, you should be going down to retirement mode. Oh, we're weak? Okay, I'll give you. You know what? Since you say that we're weak, that's cool, brothers. Leave that. Yes, and brothers, y'all will be able to see the comment section and see how they disrespect you, so-called black man. They don't like you. They don't like you. They want you to kill yourself. Let's continue.
when it's time to take a break and go on vacation, then it's time to take a break and go on vacation. So if you putting in the work for 2-3 months, you could take a month off and go on vacation and just work that 40 hour, or I'm sorry, just put in like 20 hours and maintain the outside businesses that you got going on. Again, I'm not saying that I have.
Why does he keep talking about businesses? Not everybody is business minded. There's nothing wrong with work. Look, there's nothing wrong with working, right? Everybody is not about owning a business. It takes a lot to own a business. A lot. Takes a lot of hours, manpower, Come on now. Not everything is about owning a business. Some of y'all, I don't know. I think, and it'd be a lot of women talking about owning business. Just because you sell a plate of pork and beans with some pork ribs, you think you own a business. Oh, I sell waist beads. I own a business. Guess what? I pick up pine needles and sell them on TikTok. I own a business. Not everybody wants to own a business. Let's continue.
That I have 5 or 6 different businesses. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have secondary income, right? So tax season comes around. I'm a licensed tax preparer, right? I'm a licensed real estate agent, right? So on occasion, there's other things that I do to generate income, and I balance my time. I'm not saying that a man that works 40 hours a week has to go and put in 60 hours a week, but there's going to be intermittently, there's going to be times where I'm putting in extra work. So if you're working 40 and you making enough, then you're fine. But again, we don't want to make this all about money. As long as he feels comfortable as—
Ma'am, you made it all about money. Those were you. You said that you make $85K and you have the potential to make $150K, and he should match you. So you're the one that brought up all that scratch paper, Skrilla, dinero, money. So again, you made it about scratch. The comment section heard you talk about scratch paper. So guess what? They're going to focus on the scratch paper. Let's continue.
well as a man by what he brings to the table and puts into the pot and is a provider. I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Right. The Hyundai 07 said, appearance is everything. You can't come on here looking like young M.A. expecting to find a man. Stud vibes.
Baby, I do not like young.
Whoa, see? It wasn't me. I mean, I know I said it, but even somebody else said that she looked like young M.A. Stud vibes. So look at your presentation.
Oh, wow. You did call that out. You did call that out.
Exactly. Look at your presentation. You could at least look a little better than that. I don't make these things up, so-called black man. I don't make these things up. Let's see how she responds.
Yo, what you going off on today, man?
I'm going off on the video. Shush.
You know she don't shave, and you know she don't shave her pussy. You know she got a hairy ass pussy too, and underarms probably hairy too.
Bro, y'all talking about Kendra G?
No.
Or that other chick?
No, I'm not talking about Kendra G. I'm talking about the other chick, and I'm recording. So just to let you know, you're gonna be made famous. Let's continue.
Young M.A. Okay, I'm getting off work. I have on a hat and some glasses and a hoodie. I was surprised that I even got on because, Kendra, you have so many people that want to be on your show.
No, but I will say this for YouTube now. I can't let you go with that because you were in queue and everybody on YouTube, I tell you I'm going to come to you. So you knew I was picking you.
Yeah, and I went and put this on. I'm not fronting.
But you can't say you're surprised.
Now, you see that? Kendra actually lets them know, hey, I am going to pick you next.
So she chose to wear that? So I didn't know Kendra. Hold on. I have to say that. I did not know Kendra tells them that she's going to choose them. So now they can't even make that excuse. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought she just selects them if they're just waiting. I didn't think that's why I was like, okay. But now that I know that Kendra says, oh, you're next, she ran to go put that on. Well, you already know why she's overweight, but still, she could have just wore like a decent shirt and I don't know. She just did not have to wear that. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
I don't make these things up, brothers. I don't make them up. So she knew.
She ain't for what she's looking for either.
Right.
No man is going to want that. For what she's looking for. That's what women don't understand. We keep telling them men don't want women that don't put effort in their appearance, and they want all these things in their mindset. She might as well play the breadwinner protector role because she does so much. She might as well be in that position. Why not? There's men out here that will actually be a house husband. There's men out there. She's so motivated. Why don't? This is the crazy part about it. Because progressive women, they're not ladies. These modern day women, there's no such thing as a traditional role. You can be the breadwinner. But it's
Right.
just funny that all these women that accomplish all this, they still want to be in a traditional position. No, won't you put on the more that role of provider protector because you're doing so much? Let him sit back and protect the home and you protect the house.
Right. Brothers, I don't make this stuff up. I Kendra told her. These women, and the thing is, even if you didn't know that you was going to get picked, why would you push? Why would you request to be on the show and then say that you're not ready? Or I didn't know you was going to pick me. I mean, what happens if you? What is that? What you do for a job? Oh yeah, I'm going to pick you. Then you don't have the right. Did they tell you to put the shoes on? Or you know what? Forget it. These women are never ready. Let's continue.
Guys, because as I was talking, like I gave a list of when I will come to you, so you knew you were going to be selected.
No, I did, and I went and put this on, is what I'm saying. But I didn't go, and I don't wear makeup. I'm not gonna pump fake, right?
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying when
You
you
know what
said
I'm
that you
saying?
were
Like, I
surprised you
don't
got
wear
selected.
this is my natural hair. I'm at work. I got a hat on. I'm not gonna pump fake and just go throw something on. I think somebody would rather see me as I am than to go pretend who I. See, that's the thing about me. And they say these little comments and stuff like that. So what you want me to go do? Put on some fake eyelashes real quick? You want me to go beat my face real quick? But then the same men turn around and be talking smack that women be putting on masks and pretending to be somebody that they're not. And then when they see them in face to face, you come on now. That's the thing about men. Like they say they want something, and then when it's presented to them, they don't know what to do with it except throw insults and try to make a strong woman feel less than because she knows who she is.
Ma'am, no one's saying that you got to put on makeup, but you're looking for a man. You want to be in a relationship. Do you really believe that if you come on, like let's just say that you were doing a speed dating. Is that how you would show up at a speed dating event? Would you show up like that, looking like young MA, and you talking about you want a man that makes over 100K? Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, she was gonna go out with her homegirls, and she was gonna go out to where if she want to go out. She ain't dressing like that. She ain't dressing like that. She definitely not. When these women get to do stuff they want to do, they ain't gonna dress like they're gonna dress the part. Now, and no one said nothing about makeup. We're saying presentable. I'm saying she could have wore like a nicer outfit. I ain't saying nothing about what she put on her face or eyelashes. And that's what women do. They catastrophize everything that's said because they don't know how to. They go to these extreme aversions to have something to say. No, we're saying look presentable, look like a lady. We know if you want to go to your favorite spot, we know you're not going to dress like that. So this is where the women don't keep it real. We know when it's something you want to do, you're gonna try to look your best. She on this show is like another a day at the park with her. So we're saying that this shows effort. Who cares that she can dress like this 90 or 99% of the time? Effort. You want the type of man that's going to be able to match you or better. You're hypergamous like most women. But if you're dressing like this, you're not going to your kid's baseball game. You're trying to look for a prospect. He's gonna look at you. I don't care about the little 1% of men. First of all, y'all only judge gauging men based on who ain't trying to even be with y'all. Y'all talking about the men that just will spend a couple of nights with you and fuck you, but y'all not keeping the men that y'all claim will tolerate this. Y'all not keeping the men like that. Y'all keeping the guys that just want to do one thing with you. That's it. So all she had to do was put effort. Now the fact that she put that on and this whole thing, oh, I don't want to, oh, y'all trying to put on eyelashes. No, we're saying look presentable, look like a lady. Ladies don't have to put on makeup and eyelashes to still look like a lady. She could have put on something that makes her look like she's feminine.
Right,
That shit looks nasty.
right. Brother, she looked like she about to go to a No Limit Soldier concert. She like a No Limit Soldier right now. I'm a No Limit Soldier. I thought I told you. Let's continue.
I'm not giving young MA vibes. MA eats coochie. I do not eat coochie. Period, point blank. And we'll leave it at that. I'm not trying to insult nobody either.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
My nails are done. I have on earrings and a bedazzled hat. Miss me with that.
AJ said, why would a guy care about a woman's income if he ain't spending it? Your logic is flawed. Ain't no dude coming on the show asking for a Mrs. Six Figures.
I don't make six figures. Dude, let's count on our fingers here. I said I make 85,000 a year, and I have the earning potential of up to 100 to 120,000 because I know how to bring in multiple streams of income. I'm saying this is what I aspire to do. I think I've said it like 10 times. Back me up here, Kendra. I know I've been completely transparent in saying that.
No, I think where the challenge is coming is when you were just saying that you make a certain amount of money, but you have also said you would date a man with $50,000, but he just has to make potential. But then these comments are coming when you were talking about, you made the statement, and I said it too, when you said a man that makes what you want usually wants that type of woman. And that's where the disagreement comes in. Because, see, like you, this is where it gets tricky. And this is why I say some women price themselves out.
But that's a
See,
man, and
hold
he's
on,
a provider.
Kim,
You feel me?
But Kim, no, Kim, I'm gonna let you respond. So if a man, like I said, makes 250K, he in his mind, I'm the provider. Like, this is where I got this money. I'm paying all the bills. But the flip side is this. When a woman makes 250K, that's not her mindset. She still wants a man that is going to provide for her. Now, what happens is, this is when I say sometimes you can price yourself out. Because at 250K, whether I know everybody rich on my show, but percentage shows it's a small pool, right? So what happens is this 250K man, when he's
Did you hear what Kendra said? Everybody's rich on her show. Everybody makes over 100K on her show for some reason. Let's continue.
seeks his partner, he's seeking in the mindset, I'm paying for everything. When the 250K woman seeks her partner, she's seeking for a man that's gonna pay more, makes more to her, and provide for her. But it doesn't work that way, because the man that makes more or the same might not want you back. That's for one. And then where the game got screwed up is, if you were a man, you wouldn't care about money because you'll be paying for everything. But as a woman, that's not what you want to do. And I understand that logic. And that's why I said money is the biggest problem when it comes to dating right now.
Yeah, and just to sum up what you said at the latter end of it, that's exactly what it is. A man is a provider, right? So the way that, first of all, the way that a man's mind is wired is different than the way that a woman's mind is wired. We also got to keep in mind,
I got you.
What do you saying you want this, but what do you really want? Do you want a woman who understands where her role is in a partnership, or do you?
Go ahead, my brother.
She keeps going to a traditional way of thinking when it comes to, she's a progressive woman. Most of these women today are progressive women. They're not ladies. They're not traditional. That mindset where a man's supposed to provide and protect was attached to traditional. We don't have that no more. So my thing is, if you're saying I still can be in a masculine role and have a mindset like a man and still want the tradition, you're fooling yourself. It's going to be difficult. All you're going to do is get banged out. That's it. But the one thing I noticed, you doing all this work, but you're not working on your body. You're overweight. So you could commit to food and your jobs, but you can't commit. You're all fucked up in the head. It just shows that you're just filling in. You're just trying to preoccupy your day with something because you don't even exercise. You don't even have time to take care of yourself. The reason why I think you're dressing like that is because you're comfortable being at this state physically. So now you've got comfort clothes. This is not something a woman. It's just sad. Like, and now that I know what pick-me's are, because Kendra, even though I don't even think Kendra's a pick-me, I still think she's feminist. I think she thinks just like these two women down in the comments. She will say she's getting to Kendra got a man now, and he's a millionaire, but he's also a foreign man. But Kendra's giving her the truth, what men want. We don't care how y'all think. We don't care how y'all divvy it up in your head, how you try to make it, because y'all math is fucked up. We're telling you how men think. And if you want a man that has his stuff together, there ain't no ifs, ands, and buts, and there's no compromises. There's none of that shit. This woman on here, butches, I don't know what. And the way they take it, they all this stuff that she's getting is from women. She's not talking to men. She's not. Kendra understands men a little bit more than most of these women, and she's considered a pick-me. The man runs the world. This is a patriarchy world. Everything about a good man is going to be more valuable than a good woman. This is what a good woman is, someone that's doing something like a man. We don't want that. We want soft, supple, supportive, peaceful women. That's it. That's all.
Let's continue, brothers. Let's continue.
Or do you want a woman that's coming in and being dominant? So I can come in, or that's not in me, it's not in my nature, but I can come in and say, okay, I make enough money and I'm okay with a man that can just, be at home and taking care of the house. I can come in and say the exact same stuff that those men making $250,000 a year. And then I'm emasculating men. I'm taking men out of their role as a leader and as a provider. I'm a woman by nature, and I want a provider. And again, I'm not looking for someone to provide for me specifically. It's a union, right? So I want someone to be able to contribute to the provisions of our family. I don't want.
What is she talking about? She doesn't want a man to provide for her, but she wants a provider. So let me tell you what she's really saying, brothers. She wants somebody to help her financially with her goofy businesses that she got. That's it. Because all of her kids are grown. So, what exactly do you really want? Because she doesn't want a provider to provide for her. She wants a provider to provide for her businesses. That's it. That is it. Nothing else. So everything that she's saying, she has already contradicted herself. And it is about money. It is about the money, money. Let's continue.
I don't want to be the breadwinner. I've already been that. I've been taking care of kids. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've been raising kids on my own for 14 years, not because I wanted to, because I had to. I don't want to be a provider, a sole provider anymore, right? So I don't want to be taking care of a man. What rational woman would want to be taking care of a man? No. I can continue to take care of myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying make $80,000 a year for me. I'm not saying make $50,000 a year from me. I'm saying I want you to want this for yourself. That's all.
So let me say this, because I want to say this, and I feel like it's 2025 and we got to just start having like a little bit more real talk conversations. I understand everything you're saying as a woman. I'm a woman myself. I've heard this over and over again. Here is the harsh truth. Every woman ain't getting a provider. And that's just the bottom line. I'm sorry to let you all know.
Then he ain't for me.
Is not going to get a provider. Some of y'all going to get teammates. Some of y'all going to get you might be 70, he paying 30. Some of y'all might be this is just a real talk moment. I know what you all want, but there just ain't enough providers to go around for every woman. So we can keep saying the same song and dance, all it is, but at 5 years, motherfucker,
that's sad.
So here's the statistics of the truth. Everybody ain't getting a provider. So here it is. You got to decide what you want. If you want a man, you got to decide the kind of man that's trying to court you and focus on the best man that's trying to court you and be real with your shit. Because there's some women who paying all the bills and y'all just don't know. Now, there's some women who being taken care of, but you might not be that woman that's going to be taken care of.
But hold on, 1 second, Kendra. Hold on, because shots fired.
Hold on, Kim. But I'm just tired because what it is I hear the same thing over and over and over again for 5.
Do y'all hear that? Kendra is hearing the same thing over and over and over. And again, this is according to her show. The women that come on her show, the guests that come on her show, which is 90% single mothers, are all asking for the same damn thing. They're not going to get it. Some of them have actually had it. and they squandered it. And now they want to. First, they had bums. Some of them had 2-3 kids with the same bum, and then now they want to upgrade after you done dealt with the bums. It's no, you don't get it like that. She needs to go back to her ex-husband. That's what she needs to do.
She's talking like what she said is, well, kids don't matter because my kids are grown. Well, she says, I need a man like this because I do a lot. But then she brings up traditions, and then she brings up like nature. And it's like, well, you're not following what comes with nature. You're very masculine. You're very masculine, and you don't take care of your body. There's nothing feminine about this woman. She doesn't even understand. This is why I say fathers have failed their daughters. This is why I put this on men, because ain't nobody taught her this way of thinking but a woman or a beta male. It can't be. The fathers are failing these little girls. That's what they'll grow up this age, overweight, don't represent themselves the right way, complain about men. It can't be a coincidence that you just can't keep a man. Trust me. The world can't be that bad. Then how bad of a gamble is that you're this old and you still can't get a man? The world can't be this bad. Trust me. It's not a coincidence. Sometimes you got to step back and say, maybe it's me. And you got another woman telling you the facts. She's telling you how the world operates. She's not getting it. And it's sad. But I'm saying, let them die. Let them die.
Mm. And brothers, and to the ones in the comments, I want y'all to understand that Kendra G is she's saying all this stuff because of things that she's seen on this show. I'm going to have to, because I know I got to repeat myself. The data that she's giving off is from her show. Let's continue.
5 years, but what y'all are failing to realize, every woman ain't gonna get that man.
Okay,
So
but hold on.
Cut me off. I'm talking. So you have to respect me for 1 second on my show. So now we at 2025, okay?
Wow.
What you want? You can be, first of all, you can be happy by yourself. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So I don't want to hear this brainwash, you nothing about a man. That's not the truth. You can be single, happy, and flourishing in life. So let's start there. Now, if you want a man, you got to learn your personal man dating pool. Who is the best type of man that's trying to date you? And if the best type of man that's trying to date you, you don't like, it's time for you to change you because you want a different type of man to court you. And that's just the end of the damn sentence.
Okay, so, but look, I specifically said that I've met men with different types of earning potential. I have no problem meeting and dating men. I'm on this show because I think the show is dope, right? But with that being said, in terms of provider, you're missing, I think the whole audience, maybe this is something new. So maybe they got to get on board with this. I'm not saying be a provider for me. Be a provider for yourself. For yourself first. Anything that we do.
So then you don't need a man then. You're saying that you don't need a provider for you. So what do you want a man for? Why do you want to be in a relationship with a man? That's my question. Because I'm sure that these men that you met can provide for themselves. Unless you met some bums that probably asked you to pay their rent or pay their car note, I'm sure that there are a lot of eligible men in America. White, black, Korean, whatever. But the question really is, do they want to date you? That's the real question.
They don't understand that. They don't understand that. They think that when someone, the only emotional people is the ones that when they hear the hardcore facts and they start throwing subliminal, and they don't have nothing to show for their own point, for their own outlook. That's what's funny. Secondly, this woman, Kendra, has repeated the same thing. She's not understanding the world. I'm telling you, and she's so confused and there's no structure in what she's saying. She keeps bringing up nature and all this other stuff, but she's not willing to give up anything that makes her masculine. She wants to be in this position and she thinks she can get her cake and eat it too.
Right.
Kendra keeps trying to explain to her how the world operates, and she doesn't understand. She doesn't. She won't get it. Now, how old do you have to be until you start understanding that you're the problem? How long? How old? How old? That's it.
Can't make this up, brothers. We almost done with it. Let's continue.
We do, we have to do for ourselves first before we even think that we're going to get it from a relationship. So I don't need a man. And see, and then if I get caught up in this and I say this the wrong way, then I'm going to come off as an overpowerful woman. I'm not asking a man to provide for me and take care of me. Anything that I've been doing in terms of my bills, my miscellaneous, my entertainment, whatever, my children, whatever, I'm going to continue to do that for myself. It will be a partnership. It will be a shared partnership of providing. We will provide for each other. I'm specifically saying that men that do not come to the table equally yoked, oftentimes end up feeling.
Y'all love use that phrase, equally yoked. Has anyone ever looked up the phrase equally yoked? It pertains to religion. It has nothing to do with finances. It pertains to religion when the word or the phrase equally yoked is used. And then she said, I don't need nobody to provide for me, but yet she did right behind it, we can provide for each other. What are you talking about?
Exactly. They don't make it. The logic isn't consistent in the mind of a woman that's that old and still can't keep a man. It's just not consistent because she's battling with logic and she's battling with what she's had to struggle to do in life to succeed. So this is why women will argue this individual experience to be something as potential value whenever we're talking about these gender issues. Your experience does not change the fact that you are still in society where men judge women a certain way. We're going to look at a woman to be this way, this way, this way, this way, to fit our legacy, to fit what we want in our lives. Your experience and what you went through does not change what men are going to start, how men look at women. We're going to look at you and we're going to judge you, and we're going to look at that and say, okay, well, instead of committing to that, we're just going to be physical. We're not going to take you serious. Women are going to struggle with the fact that they had to earn something in a certain way, and they think that it's going to, like it matters in the grand scheme of things. Now how old is this lady?
40.
So she's 40 with
Yes,
3
sir.
kids that are grown. I guess that doesn't matter. And she has all these occupations. I don't even know how she has so many occupations. So she's in a time-consuming position. But then she wants a man to come in and be in a more provider protector position and give her comfortability. Now, it's disrespectful to look a grown man in the face and say, I don't need nothing from you but a feeling. I just want to feel good. The women don't understand that that's disrespectful in itself. To always have to always have to make the statement that I'm independent. Anything that asserts that you're capable of being sustainable in every conversation is weird. You look weird. And when you start in Slim, when you start breaking down what these women really have obtained in life, you'll realize they don't have nothing. They don't own nothing. They don't have nothing to show. It's just all glitz and glamour. It's all outside shit that don't last. It's nothing they're going to be able to take home with them. It's nothing they can look back. It's nothing they can hand down generationally. Nothing. They're doing all this work for nothing because at the end of the day, they just want to be comfortable. They just don't want to have to worry about the world. But when you're put in a place where you have to do it, they think it's significant when it comes to dating. We don't care, especially the type. We're only talking about the type of man she wants. She wants a man that's in a certain level in society. Why would he choose you when he can choose a woman that's 10 years younger, that doesn't have no kids, and she's going to follow his path? Don't nobody want no damn Mario brother. We want someone that's just going to follow our board. That's it. But that's it.
Y'all better get it together, ladies. Brothers, I'm just here just to show you the delusion. That's it. Let's continue.
Intimidated by the process.
Here we go with
And
intimidation.
they end up with lesser women. Women make less money. I've been told by men that I am intimidating when it comes to my motivation to push myself to do more.
What?
And every year I get better and better and better. So in terms of me wanting a provider, and see, that's the thing too. A provider is not just about money. We talked about money and we harped on it way, way too long. A provider is more than that. A provider is somebody who brings more to the table than just money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and a protector. I'm not just looking for someone that can provide for themselves. Yes, be able to provide for yourself. I want a protector. I want somebody who understands a woman and is able to lead and guide me as a woman and nurture my ambitions, right? So there's different facets.
Here's the problem with that, brothers. And I know I'm stopping a lot. She's 40 years old. Women at her age are stuck in their ways. So even if you get a man that is willing to teach you, it's almost like, what is it? What's the phrase? It's hard to train the old dog to give I don't even know what the phrase is. Anyway, she is going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you to try to teach her anything at her age, because women at her age already think they know everything. You already have a lot of these younger women that think they know everything. She is unteachable. You can't tell her anything. You can't tell her nothing about no finances because she does taxes. She has the potential to make $150K, so you really can't tell her anything, brothers.
Potential. You know what the potential means in the financial market? That means within a certain bracket of time, which will be 3 to 5 years, that there's a potential based on her resources and her business and her and just what she's bringing to the table within 3 to 5 years. That's what they tell you at the beginning of any business you start. You have the potential. But if she's not marketing herself properly, if she's not doing, but she also wants to be in a relationship. How is she gonna have a business and be in a relationship and play the female role? She's just said she does taxes, she does this, she does that, she has this business, but she wants to be in a role as a woman. She wants to follow nature. And it's only like, when we go to my panel, we're gonna say the truth because you're recording, so I'm gonna tell the truth.
Right.
Because these women don't understand that no man is intimidated. Because I'm gonna talk about that. This whole intimidated bullshit is the weirdest thing to me. I hate that. But I don't even think a broke nigga's intimidated because he's still getting the pussy, he's still getting the free place, he's still getting the car. I don't even think broke niggas care. It's just they don't want to deal with the fucking behaviors that come with women that make it somewhere in life. Now, I don't know where y'all get it from. It might be 1% of men, but it's ironic that every woman seems to think that they've dealt with that intimidated guy. You know,
right.
99% of men are not intimidated by no woman in any regard. But that's it.
And to the person, whoever's in the queue, I ain't letting you up. I don't even know who you are, I'm not looking to see who's in the queue. I'm recording. Let's continue.
To this, where I'm looking for this role in terms of a hierarchy of a man in my life, the man specifically in my life. And if I have to wait for him, I will, because I understand I'm not for everybody.
Okay, fair enough, Kim. I'm not even sure where we were with all the questions. We did your last relationship?
No.
Okay, when was your last relationship?
My last relationship was 2.5 years ago.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone? 5 months ago. 5 months ago.
Well, we're not really going to go through all this because I don't even want to even hear why would it be lucky to be with her anyway. But, brother, I didn't want y'all to listen to the delusion. That's all I wanted you to listen to. This woman is 40 years old. She wants a provider. She doesn't want a provider. She don't need a man. Brothers, get your shit together and don't mess with women like this. She looks like young M.A. She looks like she's about to head out to go to a No Limit concert. Brother, this ain't it. I don't make these things up, brothers. I don't make these things up. If you let the woman talk long enough, they will contradict themselves every single time. But that's pretty much it, brothers. This was a long one, but it had to be done. And by the way, you will be able to see the comment section because the comments was going off and they wasn't even paying attention. But they had a lot to say about nothing. And I call the comment section.
They think they going comprehension is like horrible. They think they really uh, worried about whether someone takes them serious. Man, I got a lot more things to worry about in my life than a single person taking me serious on a fucking app. But I will say this, yeah, and their vagina and their heart and their vagina resume doesn't add up. They'll put they'll have their heart locked up for years, but then they'll go strap some wings on their vagina and go throw it outside and let it fly off into the sunset.
Hell no.
It's just the weirdest thing that women do. They got their heart locked up in a vault with a password that changes every 5 seconds, but that vagina got legs, arms, and it's gonna go out in the streets and go have fun. And they think that does nothing to the mind.
But
But
that's
that is
it.
all.
That's it, brother. That's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Peace.